Sometimes I remember when we were doing our attachments and you're just fresh from campus and then a nurse yells at you because you don't know what you're doing and there's no one to guide you honestly. I think I've blacked out most of my attachments at time because it was really traumatic. It's in a ward full of people and then someone is yelling at you, you know, you're angry, they're yelling at you, the patients are listening, and then you find that the patient are not taking you seriously because they feel like huyu ajui kenye anafanya, anagumbanishwa. I feel like hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel called Charitysafehaven, where I talk about life as a practicing nutritionist. I share helpful tips to aspiring nutritionists, nutrition interns, attaché, nutrition profession. If you feel like you want to become a better nutritionist, please stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms to get nutrition related content. And my name is Charity. I'm a certified practicing nutritionist in Kenya and I'm a mental wellness advocate. Welcome to today's nutrition talk, where I'm going to share helpful tips if you want to be a team player as a practicing nutritionist. This came about because I was sitting by myself and I was wondering, you're always working in a team one way or another. Be it if you're a clinical nutritionist, you're in a healthcare team alongside doctors, nurses, occupational therapists, physiotherapists, pharmacists, caregivers. If you're working in private consultation, you're going to consult with your patient's doctor. If they're attached to any caregiver, you're going to be in consultation with them. If you're a community, public health community nutritionist, you're going to be in a team of healthcare community work volunteers. You're going to be in the team of community nurses, community clinicians, physicians, and just basically the whole community in general. So you're always going to be in a team. So I'm here to just share these helpful tips to help you navigate this whole thing, because sometimes you might not be a team player, but the work you're in forces you to be one. So it's just good to be a good team player. So please stay tuned, watch till the end, and don't forget to leave a comment, leave your thoughts about what you think about today's episode, and don't forget to like. I also appreciate you guys so much. So come, let's start. Yeah, the first helpful tips I'll share is to always communicate openly and clearly. Effective communication. And I feel like if you've been watching me, this is something I'm very passionate about, because if you communicate effectively, the person getting the information from you will reciprocate effectively, and then you'll have like a smooth flow of the team. If a doctor writes what they want to be done and suggest a nutrition review, you come in, you review the patient, you write there. So you see like there's a flow of communication. If you're in the ward round, they ask you, what are you doing for this patient? There's always effective communication on your end. So it's very, very important to train yourself on communication skills. Effective communication and listening, very, very important. On LinkedIn, I think on my LinkedIn, it's called Charity Wanyonyi, I'll share links to various free courses you can do to just improve on your communication skills, because I feel like in the world where we are going, everyone wants to communicate, but no one is communicating effectively. If this caregiver is a layman, they don't understand what you're saying. If you don't effectively communicate, you as a nutritionist, what you want to do, you're not communicating to the team what you want to be done, you're going to have a very frustrating tip is to respect diverse perspective. In a healthcare team, you're very different individuals who are not related in any way. Whatever you're managing, if it's a patient, if it's a client, that is the person who is bringing you guys together. So you'll find that you'll have very different perspective, very different work ethics. So it's very, very important for you as a nutritionist to be open-minded, a very important skill to have. Because you'll find that some people want to do your job. You'll find someone is advising a patient on nutrition care and they're not nutritionists in the same team. So you have to find ways to just be open to their perspective. You might know, they might know, they might not know, you might not know, they might know, and vice versa. So you'll find that everyone will have different perspective on how they want to manage the patient, the information they want to give the patient. This one is giving this information. You find that you're working with very conflicting being in a team is very, very difficult. So you have to be open-minded either way. So you have to learn to train yourself to always be open to listening to other people's opinion and what they think about what you're doing. Be reliable. That's another helpful tip. That team, they always look for reliability. So if you're going for an interview and ask if you're a team player, they want to see if you're a reliable person. Will you be able to deliver if you delegated a task? Like, let's say you're managing a diabetic patient. The doctor will want to manage the sugar. You as a nutritionist, what's the diet you're prescribing going to help with the sugar management? So it's very, very important to be reliable. When you're called upon, please show up, do your job. If it helps, please, as a team, have a goal. You as a nutritionist, you have your nutrition goal, but as a team, you have a common goal that you're working to achieve. This will help guide you on how to deliver and be reliable. When you're reliable, people want to work with you. People want to have you in their team because they know when you're given a task, you'll be able to offer support and assistance. Always be open to helping. Especially, let me use an example. You're in the hospital setting, you've already done your nutrition care process, nutrition counseling, education, health talks, and you find like there's a back of time, let's say in the afternoon, you're free, you're done with your work. If you're open for it, for me, I used to love just sitting by the nurses. If they're going to feed a patient on NG, enteral feeds, I always make sure I'm there to offer my assistance one way or another. If you're good at these soft skills, and technical skills, let's say I've cultivated the art of digital content creation and you find like your team needs help, be like that person people can go to. Don't stretch yourself, don't burn yourself out, don't compromise your boundaries. But if you're open to assist other people in the healthcare team, people want you to have them in the team, and then I feel like you'll be able to pull each other up. If you're in a team and you find that your colleague is really trying but they're not meeting their goals, their deadline, and you can be able to help, please help. It's a very good skill to have, being helpful without compromising who you are. Stay positive and approachable. This is one thing I've been working on because some of us have that resting face like. So someone will be wondering, can I approach this person to help me? If you're always negative, no one will want to work with a negative Nancy, by the way. So please work on being positive. Always see the positive outlook of life. See the positive of what the team is doing. If you're managing a patient on TPN and you feel like all hope is lost, it's good to just be positive and offer the positive aspect of life. Like the healthcare team is feeling that, please be positive, be approachable. Well, when in that team, people can be able to ask for your assistance, ask for your help, and all that. These are just some of the skills to look out for as a practicing nutritionist. Participate actively is another skill. Don't just go to the team and sit. Please learn to participate. Especially if you're attending a ward round, you have your consultants, your MOs, your nurses, and all those people in the healthcare team. Please participate. What I used to do is I used to go earlier, review all the files, go over all the patients and get to know them. So when the doctor or the consultant is asking you, what are you doing for this patient, you can able to participate because you have a background information. Because sometimes you might be green. It's not your fault that you're not participating, it's just that you don't know. So it's just good to be aware and participate actively so that you can be noticed, especially in the team. And I feel like nutritionist is always overlooked sometimes. So if you can participate on the ward rounds, in the meeting, in the daily meetings for healthcare, and just show up, you'll be able to make a difference in the healthcare. Be adaptable. I wanted to talk about this. Being adaptable is just your willingness to change if something changes in the team. Like let's say you are applying this intervention and it's not working. So be open to change. Like this is what I'm set, like you're set in your ways and people are telling you, no, this method is not working. So what can we do? So be adaptable to change in the environment, in the setting you're in anything that happens, you're adaptable because the changing dynamics in a team, you never know what might happen. So you always have to be open-minded and adapt to any change that come will come your way. Develop interpersonal skills. This is also another important helpful tip. These skills are available free. I know if you want detailed one, you have to pay, but I feel like there's some sites that are offering, at least one, offering these free skills. Learn how to culture and develop your personal skill, how to relate with another person, how to talk to another person, how to effectively communicate with them so that you don't come off rude, aggressive, and if you come off as such a person, no one will want to work with you. And it's so bad to be in a team and no one wants to work with you. So it's very, very important to develop those interpersonal skills. Yeah, very, very important. You watching me, please go work on developing your interpersonal skills. How you relate with other people is very, very important in a team. Resolve conflict constructively. Please, I know sometimes in a team you have heightened emotions, different personalities. They're extroverts, they're introverts, they're people who just talk over other people. So it's very, very important if you have conflict amongst you, you learn how to resolve it. Conflict resolution skills. I feel like there's a skill I've seen on LinkedIn. I'll look for it and share on my LinkedIn. I feel like there's a skill that deals with how to resolve conflict in a workplace. I feel like it just same apply in a team, because in a team you're in your workplace. Let me give an example. You find that maybe what you prescribe to the patient is not working, and then the nurse is trying their best, and then you just find like you're conflicting. For me, I don't appreciate people who call out each other in front of other team members. For me, if I have any issue with you, my number one thing is I'll call you aside if we can talk. That is if our emotions are yeah. So if they are heightened that we can't talk, I always seek a mediator, and if it's a team leader, to just sit down, listen to your grievances and resolve it, rather than someone yelling at you in front of the patient, in front of the healthcare team, and then your credibility will be questioned. Sometimes I remember when we were doing our attachments and you're just fresh from campus, and then a nurse yells at you because you don't know what you're doing, and there's no one to guide you honestly. I think I've blacked out most of my attachments at time, because it was really traumatic. I did my first attachment in KNH and then my second attachment in Gertrude. So you'll find that I feel like in Gertrude we were well guided, but I feel like KNH right now has changed. But back then you're just in a ward full of people, and then someone is yelling at you, you're angry, they're yelling at you, the patients are listening, and then you find that the patient are not taking you seriously because they feel like huyu ajui kenye anafanya, anagombanishwa. I feel like this is a course that most workplaces should have, how to resolve conflicts effectively. Yeah, it's very, very important not to be that person who calls out other people, belittling other people, and making other team players to feel bad and awkward and uncomfortable, because you can't just call each other aside and solve it if you can. Because I feel like with conflict, sometimes it can affect how you effectively you work on that team. Point is to continue staying informed and educated on latest nutrition. Continue staying informed and educated on latest nutrition researched, evidence-based. Have your crafts. Yeah. If it's assessment, you assess your patient well so that you can come up with a good intervention. When you asked, you have a solid reason, evidence-based reason per the guidelines why you are applying that intervention to this patient. Because if you're in a team as a nutritionist, you're specialized in that field. If a doctor is there, they're specialized in that field. If a nurse is there, they're specialized to give care. So it's very, very important to be informed by the latest research so that you can share with your team. Continue educating your team. I feel like sometimes I always feel like as a team, we should have time aside to just sit still and continue educating each other. For sometimes you might not be there as a nutritionist, but if you tell a doctor who is constantly seeing patients, like these are the cutoff points for high blood pressure, these are the cutoff points for MWAC, MAM and SAM, those are moderate malnutrition and severe malnutrition. These are the cutoff points for blood glucose levels. It's very, very important to be at par as a team, continue educating each other so that you can know what are the signs to look out for. If you're seeing a baby and the temperature is above 40, learning from the nurse you can call, and then just basically knowing these things to help educate each other so that you can work like a well-oiled machine. I always say like plants as like a tree. The tree trunk is the client, and then different branches are the different departments that are managing the patient. There's a doctor, there's a nurse, there's a nutritionist, there's a pharmacist, there's a caregiver, there's the kitchen staff helping with the food and everything. So it's very, very important for you as a team to work together. So I feel like these tips will be able to help you in your professional experience. If you're just going to join a team, you're in a team, or you're leading a team, yeah, it's very, very important to have these technical and soft skills to help you just navigate that properly, and it will make like your whole career or practice or attachment very, very good, and you'll live to remember. Because I feel like for me, remember the people who helped me when I was in that team more than the people who are putting me down on that team. All I had for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to follow my social media platforms at charitysafehaven, where I share nutrition related content. Yeah, don't forget to leave a comment. Have you ever worked in a team? How has it been for you? Yeah, is it hard, is it tough? What are the advantages? Please share with the community in case anyone comes and sees this video, they can be able to learn from it. So until next time, I've been yours. Bye bye.